Well, the Bible story today is from Daniel. It is one of the perennial favorites from the book. It is an excerpt of the scene in which the people of Babylon, and especially King Belshazzar, are too busy eating and drinking and being merry. They are too busy feasting. They are too busy living their lives to what they think is the fullest. Advancing their careers, getting the kids to sports games on the weekends, spoiling their grandkids, doing chores around the house, texting their friends, following celebrities on Twitter, plopping down in front of 70-inch flat-screen TVs to watch the latest episode of Housewives of Sodom and Gomorrah, and they're reveling in a comfortable middle to upper middle class lifestyle. They have been so busy receiving and living blessings that they cease to wonder where their blessings, where their good life comes from. They forget about God. They use their gifts but ignore the giver. But God, the creator of the universe, is not one to be so easily overlooked. God makes God's self known. God, who is the author of King Belshazzar's party, is also the life of the party. And just when the drunken, overstuffed, self-satisfied king and guests are ready to call it a night, God steps in. God steps in via a numinous, disembodied hand that begins to write 4 mysterious words on the wall. Quite literally, the hand of God reasserts God's presence in the lives of these self-indulgent, self-satisfied, and now totally terrified guests. Daniel is called in to interpret the meaning of all this. And Daniel says, "You have praised the gods of silver and gold, which do not see or hear or know. But the God whose power is your very breath, to whom belong all your ways, you have not honored." Let me say that again, hopefully less tongue-tied this time. The God in whose power is your very breath, and to whom belong all your ways, you have not honored. Well, this is the heart of the matter for King Belshazzar and all those who were at his party in Babylon. And it is the heart of the matter with you and me here at church today. The God in whose power is your very breath, and to whom belong all your ways, you have not honored. You and I are so busy at the party of life that we fail to stop and to wonder, where did all of this goodness come from? We get so busy with the gods of silver and gold, the gods of calendaring and career, the gods of our own making, that we ignore altogether or merely fail to give thanks to the founder of the Feast of Life. So let me share with you a powerful illustration from the great modern hymn writer and preacher Tom Troger. It goes like this. It was not a loud sound, but it was persistent. Bang, 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 bang. I figured it was a noisy, forced air heating vent, or maybe some construction work. But having just awakened from the anesthetic, I wanted it to stop. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, Lord, I prayed in desperation, shut that thing off. And then I realized it was the new artificial heart valve that the surgeon had just implanted. Cancel that prayer, God! The doctor had warned me before the operation, it'll sound awfully loud at first until you get used to it. Ever since I first heard that sound, I've awakened each morning to pray, thank you, God, that my heart is beating. Well, a human heart is about the size of a human fist. So, lift one of your hands and make a fist. Come on, do it. I know it's church and we're Presbyterian and it's hard enough for us to just sit there stiff-neckedly and quiet. But go ahead and raise a fist. Just don't hit your neighbor with it. Okay? If we're all doing it, it won't look so odd, I promise. Okay? Now, make a fist, squeeze it tight, and now relax it. Make a fist, relax. Make a fist, relax. Keep doing that for just a little bit while I speak, okay? The heart beats about 60 to 70 times a minute. That means roughly 4,000 beats per hour. So in an 8-hour night, your heart might beat 32,000 times. I bet your hand and forearm are already getting tired from opening and closing your fist. So you can stop. Church isn't supposed to be painful. Stop and think about this. Last night while you were sleeping, your heart, without any conscious effort from you, kept beating without a pause. The same action that tired your hand in less than a minute. And those 32,000 pulse beats sustained you for only one night. By the end of 1 week, if we figure the much faster pulse rate of physical activity, you might be up to 1 million beats. Add up the weeks to months and the months to your total number of years, and then add that sum to the sum of everyone else in the congregation. Is there anyone among us who has gotten a bill for all this? I don't know of any power company that provides free service. Surely someone will be sending us a notice. Dear customer, our records show that you are in arrears for the beat of your heart from the day that it started. Pay up now, or we're shutting off service. I know now why I have always been moved by a prayer that is frequently offered at African American services. It says simply, I thank you, God, that my bed sheet this morning was not my winding sheet. What wisdom there is in that prayer. To realize the mere fact of our existence is an unearned, mysterious gift. Every breathing, pulse-beating second of our life, of your life and mine, is a gift. God's extravagance to us exceeds every mortal thought of generosity. And so far, all I've considered is what God has done for us in creating and sustaining us. I haven't yet mentioned what God has done for us in redeeming us through Jesus Christ. You and I know that the physical heart pumps blood out in order to pump it in. That's how the circulatory system works. And if the valves and arteries and veins become clogged, then the heart and circulation deteriorate. It's a biological fact. Circulation is essential for life. My friends, I'm also here to tell you this morning that circulation is a spiritual fact as well. Receiving God's blessings, giving credit and thanks to God for God's blessings, using God's blessings, sharing God's blessings. Circulation is essential for life. Drawing God's blessings in, letting God's blessings out. If all you and I do is receive, then we will become like King Belshazzar, to whom Daniel declared, you've praised the gods of silver and gold, who do not see or hear or know, but the God in whose power is your very breath, and to whom belong all your ways, you have not honored. Daniel is one of the stranger books in the Bible. It belongs to a type of writing that scholars call apocalyptic. Apocalyptic is a Greek word that means to bring out that which is hidden, or to uncover, or to reveal. Usually people of faith associate this kind of revelation with what happens at the end of time. But what strikes me about this verse is that the revelation that Daniel offers in these words is a revelation about Belshazzar's life, about your life and mine, here and now. You see, at the core of our existence, at the heart of all the matters, is the presence and purpose and process of God. From our first breath, all throughout life to our very last breath, and on through life eternal, you and I are engaged in a never-ending process of being gifted by God, in whose power is our very breath. And you and I are far too often too busy, too distracted, too sophisticated, too ornery, too oblivious to see the presence and blessings and gifts of God in our midst. We're like Belshazzar, who Daniel says has praised the gods of silver and gold, of 401ks and bull markets, of acquisition and conspicuous consumption, thinking that we are the source of all of our success.